and welcome back, everyone. Welcome back to the grand finals of the WTL 2023 Winter KungFu Cup round number 5. We're here and spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of our ByuN. We have the South Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right-hand corner, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Zerg player representing Onside Gaming. It is Solar. And predictions in the chat are open. They are now open. Place your bets. Best of luck, everyone, as this is a best of 5 grand finals, and you are betting for the series, not for this one game. Bear that in mind. Good luck. Oh my god, we have been building up towards this the entire night, and as I mentioned before, ByuN has been mowing through so many Terran players to get here. Solar has been mowing through so many Protoss players to get here. They went through the TvT and ZVP gauntlet respectively, but now they're up in a very different matchup entirely. And this is a rematch. They faced off a couple of days ago in, I believe, ESL Open Cup Americas, and ByuN did come out on top. He did take down Solar, but that was a best of 3, not a best of 5. So this could still go either direction as we're going Mass Reaper. We are going Mass Reaper. Initially, yes, it was a 2 racks opener, but we have a 3rd racks in the main base. This is Mass Reaper. This is designed to not just deny the 3rd base, but also get some drones, get some queens, gain map control, get damage done. Now, this is not all in. We will be expanding behind this. This is Mass Reaper, yes, but it gives you map control, it gives you freedom, and because you have a full wall off here at the natural base, you can get a CC behind this. It is technically a macro opener, but aggressive. Still aggressive nonetheless. Aggressive nonetheless. Oh my god. Hydras, massage your Marines for 2,000 channel. Oh my god. Calm down, Bobby. Calm down. But I hope you enjoyed the massage. I hope they enjoyed the massage even. As the first Reaper has arrived, we do see so far Solar able to keep up with that. We have Link Speed on the way. We have not expanded. Solar, he is aware of the initial opener, but he is not aware of the Mass Reaper. Not yet. As the Reapers are going to be able to dip on 4, they focus on the Queen. The Queen will survive, but we still have additional Reapers on the way. So far, ByuN, he hasn't gotten any real damage yet, but he has contained successfully Solar to 2 bases. God, and he wants that Queen so badly. There's that natural base on the way. As ByuN, he rotates around. Additional Reapers are now revealed. And Solar, he also sees no add-ons. He sees no add-ons, he confirms the CC, but he should know that this is 3-racks Reaper. Oh, you tucked in the... tuck them in, but... all the way. Link Speed has finished up, so with Link Speed, finally Solar can expand, and he should be able to shut down these Reapers. Surrounding them is going to be a bit of a pipe dream. ByuN should be able to avoid the surround. Like many Terran players, ByuN, he does lube up his units beforehand, and they're very slippery. Very slippery. And oh my god, it looks like one Queen will not fall. Oh my god, they're so low. All 3 of them, actually. But Solar does not lose a single Queen. Still has more Lings on the way. Behind this, ByuN is transitioning. We have a reactor and a tech lab on the way to go into bios, to get into bio production. And Solar, he's looking for the surround. Oh. And there is a way out, actually, but it looks like, yeah, we're going to be able to use this cliff here to our advantage. Again, a really rough trade here for Solar, but he will clean this up. He will shut down all these Reapers. As one attempts to escape, but there's a Queen ready for it, and ByuN will lose everything. And that was actually a really crucial moment. So, this Mass Reaper from ByuN is meant to delay the 3rd, meant to trade with the Queens, but the Queens all survived, and meant to survive long enough to support the Bio Army. It's meant to support these Marines, and they've all gone. The Reaper count was reset, and that will weaken the blow, weaken the push of ByuN. ByuN is working on Stim. It's going to be a 3-1-1 setup, a very delayed 3rd TC. Now, this could lead into a 2-base all-in from ByuN. I don't want to say that yet, Oh, it's these. Smirch. Maddox, what are they saying? Translate for us, Maddox. Translate. Give. I'm sure ByuN, I'm sure he's lamenting about losing all of his Reapers. I think that's what's up. I think that's a part of it. If anyone can read Korean, let us know. If anyone can read Hangul, let us know in the chat. Maddox. But yes, this could lead into a 2-base all-in. It's very possible here. We'll see if ByuN throws down 2 more Raxes or a 3rd CC. Both are available for ByuN. +1 is about to kick in. Stim is completed. Combat shield's on the way. Back at home, Solar, he's saturating his 3rd. He should be getting a 4th just for Larva, but a 4th hatchery should soon be on the way. Ooh, greedy moves here. Solar, he's going double Evo Chamber. Solar, he's delaying his lair. He's delaying his Banelings for 1-1. For upgrades. So, a bit of a greedy move here from Solar, considering that ByuN is in his face. It means that Solar has to defend with purely Ling Queen for a little bit longer. As it is, 1-1 is in production. ByuN is pushing out across the map. ByuN said, yeah. I understand. It makes sense. Makes sense. And here we go. We dive on top of the Queen's clutch transfuse. And a good surround as well, as Solar is going to shut this down. He zones away the Metamax. And every single Marine falls. A big loss here for ByuN. That was 28 Marines. Down the drain. Bearing in mind, there's still not a 3rd CC, by the way. ByuN, there's nothing behind this. He's making tanks. He's making more Marines. The Metavax survived, thankfully. At least he has that. But that was a big investment for ByuN, and now Solar, he is getting away with 1-1. I mentioned before that it was greedy for him to do so, greedy for him to skip the Baneling or delay the Baneling nest, but he's gotten away with it. This is going to kick in, and now we can get into a lair. Now we can get into a Baneling nest and Baneling speed and just really round out our army. ByuN does cancel the 5th, but that's a 5th base. We already have a 4th on the way. This is fine. Solar is more than fine. Now, ByuN finally throws down a 3rd CC, but this is a very late 3rd base from ByuN. Very delayed 3rd, and the pressure is still on ByuN to get damage done. And he's moving out. He has to. He has to move out. He has to trade. But if he loses these tanks, if these tanks die, then I don't see ByuN establishing this 3rd. ByuN is going to lose map control, and Solar can contain ByuN to 2 bases. But we'll see. 1-1 kicks in for Solar. Banelings are finished. Queens are getting in position. We have a Ling counterattack here to catch some reinforcements or to even get economic damage done. They camp the production. They catch some of these Marines, and we are committing. This is a good position with 2 tanks and 2 libs, and ByuN is going to be rotating towards the 4th base. Lings, they busted. No, they break in, and GG is going to get called. Solar takes game number 1. GG. And ByuN, hey, he's been playing very interestingly in these recent times. We casted ByuN yesterday in GSL. We casted him yesterday in the round 16 of GSL. And very similarly, ByuN, he was going for these 2-base all-in, 3-base all-ins. Like, he was being hyper aggressive in GSL. And it's interesting to me because I don't think he needs to, right? Like, I think we all know how good ByuN is. And we all know that ByuN, he doesn't shy away from the mid game. You know, he can thrive in the mid game as well. He doesn't have to rely on these big 2-base aggression or 2-base all-ins. But it's what ByuN has been embracing recently in this matchup, at least in GSL and in some of these key matches. Like, he has been very aggressive with mixed success. That's a kind way of saying that I haven't seen him win with it yet. But mixed success here for ByuN. But now it's a best of 5. It's a best of 5, and I'm sure we're going to be able to spread our wings. I'm sure ByuN, he has plenty more builds up his sleeve, and he will be changing his approach here in game 2. As spawning in the bottom right hand corner of Site Delta, we have the South Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion, down in the series, but it's a best of 5. Plenty of games ahead of us. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top left, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Zerg player representing Onside Gaming, leading the series 1-0. It is Solar. And then he said, Vextimnat. Vextimnat. Aye, aye, aye. That's an old meme, but it checks out. It does check out. ByuN would say that. He would. As we're getting into our openers, once again, it should be a low ground 2 racks. It's going to be a 2 racks opener here from ByuN. Now, last game we had a 3 racks Mass Reaper opener, and I don't expect that to happen again. This could lead into a 3cc 2-1-1. This could be a expansion behind this into a 3 racks. Could be a 4 racks. There is a lot available here for ByuN, so we'll see what he goes for. Now, I do think that I think the last time I casted ByuN on Side Delta, I think he 8 raxed. I know that Maru 8 raxed on Side Delta. And I know you can be very aggressive on this map. This is a map that, I mean, we saw Solar go all in his series against Jeshi, and there's a reason for that. These bases are very wide open, very exposed. The third base as well, very exposed here compared to some of these other maps. Like, compare Side Delta to Oceanborn. Oceanborn, the third, is far more fortified. Same with Golden Aura, for example, as well. Side Delta, more exposed. More open. So, I'm not ruling out aggression once again from ByuN. I'm not ruling it out. For now, 2 racks Reaper. Reapers are moving out across the map. He killed the Straya so fast in the round 16. True, he did. That did happen. ByuN, he did have his way with Straya. You're not wrong. Not wrong. As ByuN, he dips into that natural. He'll be poking and prodding. Solar does hide his drone. Does keep it hidden to expand and take a third base. And oh my god, Solar, how many lings did he make? He made 8 lings? Jesus. Overreacting a little bit here. We've got another pair of lings on the way? Jesus. So Solar, he's maybe reading this as a 3 racks again. It isn't. Yeah, Solar being very safe, and he's gonna pay the price for it with his economy as a result. He does see the add-ons on the way. He's aware of the transition. Reapers rotate around. Oh. 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 As ByuN is having fun, playing and trading with these lings. Drone comes in. Third base is going to be taken. It is a delayed third, is what I will say, but not overly delayed. Not as late as it otherwise could have been. Behind this, it is going to be a 3cc opener. It's going to be a third CC 2-on-1. So much more economic this time out of ByuN. Much more standard. Thankfully, he's not going all in. Not yet. 3 base all-ins do exist in TvZ, so we can cross that road when we get to it. But for now, economic. And there's that starport. Now, we have seen different variations of 3cc 2-on-1 recently. If you were with us earlier today, you would have seen Cure. We casted Cure versus DRG. And Cure, he went for something very interesting that we're not seeing here. I did mention at the time that Cure and Maru and ByuN hasn't been doing it, and that is where you go for a 3cc 2-on-1, the factory on the low ground, you go for an add-on swap, and you make Cyclones. So you make Cyclones with it, and you can go into a Hellbat push as a follow-up as well. So Cure has been very fond of these more aggressive variations where you get a lot of map control and you can lead into Hellbat pushes, but ByuN hasn't really been fond of that. I mentioned before that he hasn't really been incorporating the new Cyclone in TvZ too much, and we're seeing that here. A much more traditional 3cc 2-on-1. As we're getting into our medevacs, we lift up one of the Raxes, hunt down an Overlord. Stim is on the way, and ByuN is going to be soon moving out with a 16 Marine double drop. Third CC will be thrown down, or will be established behind it. Back at home, Solar once again being a little bit greedy, but this makes sense against a 3cc opener for Solar to cut corners. This time he's going for double Evo Chamber again. I did think that this was risky in game 1, but here in game 2, it's fine. Going double Evo Chamber for 1-1. Delayed Lair, delayed Baneling Nest. And that makes sense because ByuN is being economic. So ByuN is cutting corners, so is Solar. As the double drop does push out. Gonna be able to find another Overlord. Supply blocking Solar for a moment. As the drop is going to be sharking around. Again, this stim timing double drop here from ByuN is designed to hunt down Overlords, deny creep, get a Queen if possible. But we shouldn't really be overcommitted as we are headed towards the main base. We boost in. Lings are out of position. Late reaction here out of Solar. Ooh, and this Queen is under fire, but it looks like we're able to save it. Oh my god, Solar pulling back in time, saving his Queen and saving all of his workers. One drone went down. Still, really good defense. Really good last-second defense here from Solar. Behind this, there's that third CC. It is spotted. Solar is now aware of the build. And ByuN is... Ooh, interesting. ByuN is making Hellions. And we see why. We have 1-1 on the way, yes, but 1-1 is halfway through. We have a very fast armory. ByuN, he's building up towards a Hellbat push. Not the same way Cure gets here. Oh, as the Reapers are caught out. But Cure has a very different way of getting to a Hellbat push. He does get into much more Hellions much earlier on. But the same destination nonetheless. As... Hold on, did he only make 2 Hellions? Yeah, only 2 Hellions, so... I supply blocked. I see. It was an earlier armory, but it looks like he only made those 2 Hellions initially. Maybe because of the supply block he changes his mind. But, yeah, it looks like we aren't going for a Hellbat push. We have the armory, yes, but it's only going to be for 2-2. I mean, do we call this a Hellbat push if there are only 2 Hellbats? Like, do we really? Kind of. As we're waddling out. Behind this, Solar is getting a 4th, now getting a 5th base. He's going Lingbane Hydra. Getting into 2-2, 1-1 is done. Baneling speed should finish up by the time for this push. In time for this push. And ByuN, he is taking an extra gas geyser. He's throwing down a 2nd factory. He is teching up. He's on 5 Raxes. So ByuN should soon be throwing down a 4th CC. As here we go, he's pushing on in. So far, good bailing connections on that Hellbat. The mine shot not quite connecting with too many Lings. Solar's able to hold. We have double drop here on the left-hand side, but Solar, he does rotate just in time. Will lose the Queen, but does keep his mineral line safe. Behind this, there's that 4 CC that we were talking about. Again, because of the gases, because of the 2nd factory, this is not an 8 Rax. This is not a 3 base all-in from ByuN. He's expanding. ByuN is working towards a later game. Despite what we saw in game 1, ByuN, he is more than willing to embrace the late game, and here we go. The Baileys do connect here with the Bio Army. ByuN, he gets caught out. Widow Mines as well. ByuN just was not paying attention. He was paying attention to his double drop instead. His eyes were elsewhere, and he gets punished for it. A good cleanup here from Solar. Behind this, Infestation Pit, Hive on the horizon, 3-3 and Adrenal. Solar committing to just Lingbane Hydra. Hive also grants access to Vipers. Oh, Queen is gonna not go down. Somehow it does survive. There's that Hive on the way. ByuN taking his 4th base, still being very active with this double drop, but he hasn't found too much damage, not yet. As he has a secondary army on the right-hand side. There's that Lurker down on the way. Lurkers, they do so well against Widowmine heavy compositions, which is what ByuN is working with. Lurkers, they can struggle against tanks, but against mines, they're ideal. As Drilling Claws is on the way. 4th base being established. And ByuN actually does turn around. And Solar going to be threatening a push. I don't think we want to fight off creep. Not against this minefield. As we have 13 Widow Mines. Oh my god. Now, a lot of this is going to come down to the mine shots. Are they going to kill Solar, or are they going to kill ByuN? Friendly fire is a thing he has to be worried about. Or be wary of. Link counterattack does pull apart his attention. Oh, as a lot of these mines are going down. We had a massive minefield at some point, but not anymore. Oh, speaking of the friendly fire. All that damage was done by one Widow Mine, by the way. All those red marines. Didn't kill them, but did maim them. As Solar is maxed out. ByuN, he's been delayed. Whenever he pushes out, we keep seeing these big Link counterattacks just keeping ByuN back. And Solar has maxed out. Hive is done. Lurkers are on the way. Lurker upgrades as well. Clean hold position micro out of Solar. And ByuN, he's setting up a split push. Pushing towards the north and the south. Solar getting at one of ByuN's bases. Oh my god. Not the best mine shots. The mines get cleaned up, and now we can collapse on this army. There's one Widow Mine behind this. Good connection. A lot of links go down. We do catch some of the ghosts, but here come the reinforcements, and Solar does have to be careful to overextend. But again, a good trade for Solar nonetheless. Gets Marines, gets a couple of ghosts. He backs off, and now he's just building up that lurker count. 5 more lurkers on the way. ByuN, once again, going for a doom drop towards the south. Oh, this planetary will not get up and running. Likewise, though, does Solar have anything to defend? He has queens on the way, but this is a committed double drop, and this hatchery is going to go down. There's no saving it. The hatchery falls, and we spoke about this, I think, in the previous series. Site Delta, your bases are very spread out. It's very difficult to defend both locations at once. Very often, very commonly, players are spread thin, and they get punished for it. Lurkers have been revealed. And he's going for the snipes. Oof. He'll get 2. Gets 3 lurkers. Good trades here from ByuN. Meanwhile, Solar will leave some RV behind. Can he powerbomb? Oh. An unfortunate wasted abduction there from Solar. But he does keep up. Solar's taking more bases. ByuN getting ready to push in. Lurkers are giving ByuN a lot of space. Oh. Ghost will fall. And Solar, he does push on through. Once again, just containing ByuN. ByuN going to be expanding towards the south instead, but he opens up the planetary. He does expose his 4th. But Solar cannot push in. Really good movement out of ByuN. Able to reposition just in time. And he does get a 5th. His 5th base is up. Nidus Swarm on the way. Solar, he's going to try to maybe even slip into the main. It'd be a very difficult thing to do. But he's going for it. Yeah, Overseer gets caught out. And the question becomes, where do we push? Where is most vulnerable? I would say the southern base has the least amount of defenses. Most of ByuN's army is focused towards the north, but that's probably because he wants to expand here. He wants to take another base. Not just that, but he also wants to try to punish these bases of Solar. Aliens will connect. Solar pulling back. Nidus does finish up on the right-hand side, and here comes another army from Solar. He's rolling in. Doesn't commit, though. Another Nidus into the natural. So he is able to go on top of at least the center tower. And the base, they crash into the 5th base. Planetary goes down. 11 SCVs. Oh my god. 14 SCVs. Find the damage that Solar was looking for. Containing ByuN to 4 bases. Nidus on the way. ByuN takes a while to notice. Now Solar is pushing through the center, but there are CCs here in position. The SimCity's a little bit too good. Banelings are doing what they can. Decent connections. ByuN will hold. Up in the Ling counterattacks. They don't stop. They're pushing in once again. Solar engaging here at this third base. Good mine shots. But the Banelings, they get into the mineral line. They take down 18 SCVs. And ByuN is being pulled apart. Still stuck on 4 bases. Losing his workers. Another Ling run by comes in, and ByuN, he's had enough. He's pushing out. And ByuN is up in army supply. ByuN has a massive army. And where are the lurkers? Where are the lurkers? They're not here. There are only 3 lurkers left. Likewise, Soul has to be very comfortable to overextend. The Banelings are rolling in. He wants the ghosts. He gets a couple of ghosts. Yeah, a couple more actually. Yeah, but the concave is looking too good, and ByuN is pushing out. A massive counterattack. Without lurkers to defend, I don't know if ByuN can be stopped. The queens are coming in. We have 10 ghosts, 15 marauders. Solar trying to defend with pure Ling Bane Hydra. A couple of Vipers. It's going to try to engage. A lot of Banelings are rolling in. They will connect. But it's too much Terran. ByuN, he breaks through. Crashes through the army. Works towards these bases. And ByuN is pretty all in. Back at home, he's losing control of his own CCs. He's down in workers, but he's up in army. Meanwhile, Solar needs time. He just has to rebuild. He just has to remax and come in with his reinforcements. And it looks like Solar, he does have enough to force this back. At the same time, oh, the SCVs, no! From both sides. There's no safe place. The SCVs are going down. Here comes the rest of the army. Solar's getting ready to collapse on this position. Power bombs on the Metamax. Planetary is going to go down. GG gets called, and Solar takes a 2-0 lead, taking game 2 here against ByuN. GG. GG, well played. Solar doing a great job here at just containing ByuN to 4 bases. I mentioned before, and it was applicable to both players, where side Delta, specifically on this map, the bases are very spread out. Very spread out. And you spread yourself very thin trying to defend both locations. It can be very difficult to keep up with the rotations of your opponent and to keep up with the army movements of the opposing player. Initially, we saw Solar struggling. We saw Solar lose a hatchery and struggle to keep up with the drop play of ByuN. And then it all turned on its head when Solar had map control. And he was the one pulling ByuN apart. GG. And things got close. Things got very close towards the end. We saw that ByuN, he had 130 army supply compared to the 116 of Solar. And he was pushing through, but he didn't have an economy. So ByuN, as he was losing units, he wasn't replacing them. He was running out of steam. And Solar, he just had to bide his time, slow him down. More of a battle of attrition from Solar. And now he is 1 game away. Uno mas, 1 more game. And Solar will be this week's KFC champion. The fried chicken? The KungFu Cup champion. As spawning in the bottom left-hand corner of Hecate, we have the South Korean Terran player representing Shopify Rebellion. Down 0-2 in this best of 5. He needs to fight back here and now. It is ByuN. And spawning in the top right, we have his opponent. We have the South Korean Zerg player representing Onside Gaming. It is Solar. 1 more. Uno mas is all he needs Oh my god. Solar. He's going for a gas first. On Hecate. Wild. I don't think I like this, but we'll see. So he's going for a gas pool hatch opener. Very aggressive. This can lead into fast link speed. This can lead into a Bane bust. This can also lead into a Roach rush as well. I'm leaning towards Roaches. Now the downside is that ByuN is notorious for his Roach defense when he goes for 2 racks openers. He's going for another 2 racks on the low ground. And ByuN, he shuts down Roach pushes so easily with this. He is so quick to react, to throw down bunkers, start up a tech labs, get marauders out. I'm really curious what Solar does with this gas. Is it just for link speed, or are we going even further? Overlord is pushing out. Solar, he does have enough for link speed, and there we go, link speed is on the way, and he's pulling out. And he does spot the opener. Okay. Interesting. So he pulls out a gas. He's not going Roaches, which I think is a good thing. What are you saying, ByuN? What are you saying? He's like, leave me alone. Gah. I think he's saying hello. Annyeong. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, he's I know what Annyeong is, okay? Annyeong haseyo, papi. Yeah, see. He's saying hello. He's being, he's greeting the Overlord. Love to see it. That's it here. Get out of here. But okay, so with fast link speed, we can shut down these Reapers a lot easier. Yes, but it does hinder the economy here of Solar as he's trying to drone back up. And behind this, ByuN, I believe he only makes 3 Reapers are out for ByuN, and he's transitioning. He has a tech lab, reactor, and 2 more racks behind this. Now, because of the gas first, we do have much faster link speed, so Solar, he could try to catch ByuN off guard. He could try to lure ByuN in and then surprise him with link speed. As the 3rd base is taken. And Solar's actually going for a counterattack. He's going for the tech lab. Oh, yeah, I think he's coming back. Okay, we're good. He does turn back around. It looks like he wants to just catch these Reapers instead. And it looks like he will. Gets us around. ByuN wasn't paying attention. 1 Reaper does go down. The 2nd Reaper, and soon the final Reaper will fall as well. Good pickups here from Solar. Meanwhile, Solar, he did scout. He did see the 3rd and the 4th racks. He's aware of the 4 racks. Now, those wondering, this is a very aggressive opener. This is not all in, but this is a very strong stim timing. We're going to be building up a massive marine army, and we're going to be pushing out without medevacs before the factory with stim. A very powerful push here, and this has the potential to kill. This has the potential to kill Solar if he doesn't respect it. Now, Solar has all the scouting information he needs. He saw all 4 racks, so there's no excuse. Solar, he's going for a safety Baneling Nest. Remember, the last 2 games, Solar, he has been greedy in game 1, standard in game 2, where he was going double Evo Chamber. Here, no double Evo Chamber, safety Baneling Nest. Lair should be coming out first as well. I don't see the Lair. Not yet. We're making Queens. Queens are on the way, Lings, and the move out is upon us. 3rd CC behind this. As I mentioned before, this is not all in. Just a very strong timing. As ByuN pushes across the map. Back at home, we have a Concave, we have Banelings being morphed in as well. It's going to be difficult to connect with these Banelings because they are slow and they have been weakened, but Solar's trying to set up a surround. He's trying to lure in the Marine Army, but ByuN doesn't take the bait. He rotates around instead. There's that Lair in production. They do dive on top of the reactor and the tech lab, and ByuN is racing back home. Reactor will go down, tech lab as well, and Solar will get the hell out of there. And this is really mature from ByuN, because ByuN did not hit. He didn't attack. He recognized that Solar was ready, that Solar would he was scouted obviously, and that Solar would shut this down. So ByuN, he preserves his Marines for a later timing. He's got factory on the way. Starport, Medivac soon to be on the way as well. So we may as well hold on to these Marines and wait until the Medivacs arrive. So ByuN wasn't able to hit his stim timing because Solar saw it coming, but he can now hit a later timing with Medivacs. Third CC's on the way. Solar, he's droning, taking his gases. Now getting into double Evo chamber, double upgrades, speed. Everything should now be on the way. The game is settling down, but there's still like a window here for ByuN. As we go for the add-on swap and Medivacs are on the horizon. There it is, third CC's on the way. ByuN getting ready for that second push. Again, you can see here the resources lost. Like, ByuN hasn't lost a single Marine yet. He has been preserving them. Building them up. Now, by the time he pushes, all these upgrades should, say all, bathing speed should finish. There's no +1. +1, this is a mistake. Solar has the money for it. There we go. It is a little bit mistimed here, these two upgrades. Hydrogen thrown down. This is interesting. Okay. This is greedy. Hydrogen on the way here for Solar. He's up against someone with 7 Araxes, by the way. Here we go. Here comes that double drop. Bathing speed finishes up just in time. Does connect. A good chunk of those Marines do go down. ByuN a little bit slow to react. And this is looking like a 3-base all-in out of ByuN. I'll be honest. Good target firing on some of those banelings. We have a secondary army here on the left-hand side. That's a lot of creep. That's being cleaned up. A lot of tumors are going down. Banelings are on the way. 2 more Raxes. Yep. 3-base all in here from ByuN. I believe that is 9 Raxes on 3 bases. That's a kill, not a cancel. Solar, he's falling apart a little bit. So what this means, what I'm saying with what ByuN is doing. ByuN, he's staying on 1 factory production. He isn't taking additional gases. I believe he won't be throwing down a 4CC anytime soon. He's just staying on a 3-base saturation on nothing but Marines. Very aggressive style, and if Solar is too greedy, he will die. We have to be careful because Solar, he's joining up to 80. He's getting 4 bases, 5 bases now, 80 workers, Hydras, Hive Tech. Oh, never mind. He takes, okay, ByuN, he transitions. There's the second factory. There's the 4CC. ByuN, he switches gears. Very interesting, because he did go up to 9 racks. It's crazy. Okay. So initially he wanted to be hyper aggressive, but it looks like ByuN, he has recognized that he cannot end the game. He has recognized that he cannot kill Solar, so he's working on the next step. He still has a lot of Marines to work with. And we'll see if he can get any worker kills. Gets a queen. Bushes on the right hand side. Nothing in position, by the way. Solar blindsided here, and that's another cancel in the 5th. This should not have happened. I mean, there is a tri-pronged attack, so Solar is having a hard time keeping up, but ByuN, he's getting damage done. Hey, he's expanding. Oh, Solar has to be very careful here. A lot of choke points on Hecate. Like this bridge. Lurker Den is on the way. Solar, he's taking up. Double drop is coming in. Solar is able to keep up with the main army, but yeah, he's going to be losing a couple of drones. 1 drone goes down. Solar is able to keep up. And here come the banelings. Up! ByuN overextending. Taking some big banelings to the face. Behind this, double drop moving towards that natural. And Solar's going to have to pull back. Drones are going down. Solar has eyes on the 4th base. As ByuN, he's getting a lot of worker kills. He rotates around to deny the 5th. The 5th is down, but it's over here towards the left-hand side. But ByuN does clear up a lot of creep. And once again, Solar out of position. ByuN, he makes his way into the natural base. Bailey Nest goes down. A Viper as well. Solar, things getting a little bit too chaotic here, and he's really struggling. He does catch a medevac, maybe, if that. There's a lot of creep that has to be respread. 2 medevacs go down. Solar is maxed. He is still working on those lurker upgrades, but he's still not stabilized. Things are still on the knife's edge here for Solar. He is maxed, but still frazzled. He's getting back into his upgrades, splitting up his forces. He does come across the drop on the right-hand side. There we go. This time he does split up his army. This time he is in position. Up. Decent connections on those Marines. Likewise, he's also here on the left-hand side at this 5th base. Oh, the mine doesn't go up. Oh, but the Baileys, they connect with Marauders. That was not ideal. That was not a good trade for Solar. The Marines, they sim on forward. Do we get a power bomb off? Lurkers should soon be up. Do we have any lurkers? We do not. There we go. 7 lurkers in production. Solar is stabilizing. A counterattack, that's a kill on a CC. Oh, that's 2 kills on 2 CCs. At the same time, Solar going for a big counterattack here on the left-hand side as well. And now it's ByuN who can't keep up. 24 SCVs. Lurkers are in position. Factory's gonna go down. No ghost, by the way. GG gets called, and in one big counterattack, Solar takes it all. He takes down ByuN 3-0, and Solar is this week's KungFu Cup champion. GG. Oh my god. GG, well played. Solar, as soon as he got those lurkers, 7 lurkers, bam! He went for a big counterattack. He pulled ByuN apart. ByuN was doing an amazing job at being the aggressor, but as soon as things kind of switched over, as soon as things switched hands and Solar was the aggressor, ByuN, he fell apart immediately. Again, he was not ready for lurkers at all. No tanks, no liberators, no ghosts, nothing to do with lurkers, and GG. GG, well played. Solar takes it all. Oh my god, damn. 3-0, very impressive. Solar, he gets his revenge, and he is our champion this week. Enjoy the chicken, the fried chicken, the KFC, Papi, enjoy. And I hope everyone enjoyed themselves in the chat as well. Today was a wild tournament. We saw Jeshi pop off and take down big names. We saw the dominance of Solar and ByuN as well, and when they met in the finals, Solar, he was the one who maintained his dominance in the end. ByuN was hyper aggressive. Game 1 and Game 3. Game 2, ByuN was more standard. He was more economic, if you remember. But here in Game 3 even, ByuN going for a 4 racks, followed by a 7 and then 9 racks on 3 bases. He was crazy. And again, that was the beginnings of an all-in. He tried to switch gears afterwards, but he was still, because of his 9 racks, is very bio heavy, very Marine Marauder heavy. No like factory base units behind it. No transition into Ghosts, or not a fast enough transition into Ghosts. Again, just very committed play, very aggressive play out of ByuN. But once that kind of starts running out of steam, things very quickly shift in favor of the opposing player, whether it's a Protoss or a Zerg or even a Terran. So, yeah, very well done. Congratulations to Solar, and that wraps up our broadcast for now. Do we keep going? It's 2:30 a.m. and I haven't had dinner yet. Do we keep going? There is another tournament starting up soon. There is another tournament starting up in half an hour. I mean, look, we're the Cranky Ducklings. We cast 24/7. Let me just double check. Let me see the signups. There's one. In half an hour, an event called the House Open Cup number 2. We casted number 1. Number 2 is in half an hour. It's a Polish-only tournament. So if you're a fan of the European scene, if you're a fan of players like Laser, Spirit, Geralt, Christianer, Mana as well, and many others, as the Polish scene is quite large, they're going to be duking it out in half an hour. And I don't have a lot of time in between to, like, chill, but who signed up? Spirit, Laser, Aristory, Snockstar. Pretty good stuff. Rodzin, Rodzin, Jomek, Bapi's. I mean, we have to cast Bapi. We have to do it. Well, I mean, okay. Let me message Kuro. We'll see. Regardless, if you are a fan of this tournament series, the WTL 2023 Winter KungFu Cup, it is a weekly. Every single week we're live here with this tournament, and what's special about this tournament is the prize pool. Because the prize pool for this event is so large, it's so big, it's massive, it's insane. Because it's so large, it allows, or it does draw the eyes of a lot more players. It's why we get players like Cyril, Rainer, MaxPax, Clem. The Europeans come in, the Koreans come in, and the North Americans as well. They all duke it out here in this tournament. It's great to see all the regions collide in the KungFu Cup. Last week, of course, Cyril was a part of this. He wasn't here this week, but I'm sure a lot of players are getting ready for ESL Masters Winter. So it does make sense. And yeah, it's a weekly tournament. Hit that follow button if you want to tune in for the next edition of this event. And we have plenty more StarCraft on this channel. As I mentioned before, we do cast on this channel on a daily basis, and more often than not we cast multiple times a day as well, just because there's so much StarCraft to cover. And we have another event lined up to start in 23 minutes, so yeah, let's go, let's do it. I mean, I have to adjust my sleep schedule anyway, because we're going to be the B stream for ESL Masters Winter. We will be the B stream for that, so we are going to have to cover that and be a part of that. And I'm going to have to be awake at these hours for the next week, or for the next month, actually, for ESL Masters. So, yeah, and I guess this is a bit of an announcement. I have been mentioning it, but the CranKy Ducklings, we are going to be the official B stream for ESL Masters Winter for the regionals. So we're not going to be on this channel. We're going to be on ESL_SE2B. We're going to be on the official ESL B stream channel instead. So you can find us there over the next month. I say month. Over the next week of play. We also have permission to co-stream as well. So we're going to be co-streaming on this channel some of ESL Masters Winter as well. It's going to be a lot of good fun. A lot of amazing StarCraft is ahead of us over the next month. So make sure you're a part of it. Make sure you follow us. Twitter, Facebook, Instagram, YouTube, Discord, !, socials in the chat. If you do want to follow us on all that good stuff. I'll take the high quality casts, but for real, take care of you. No, I'll be okay. I'll be okay. Again, as I mentioned, like I do have to adjust my sleep schedule, and I have to be up at this time anyway to cover the European stuff. To cover the European events. But yeah, with that, thank you so much. Thank you so much for watching, everyone. Thank you so much for the support. I'm going to be handing the keys to the stream over to Kuro. Kuro is going to be doing the production for the Polish event, for the House Open Cup. So we are going to be switching hands, and I'm going to be switching gears. But and there's also a 2-minute delay, if I remember. There's also going to be a 2-minute delay. So the stream is going to go down for 2 minutes. Don't go. If you want some more StarCraft, don't go anywhere, because we're going to be back in 2 minutes once the stream goes down with a Polish event. With, again, players like Laser, players like Spirit, Snockstar, Aristory, Jomek, Bapi. Bapi. Art is going to be there, Rodzin, and many others. So stay tuned for that. Stay tuned. Otherwise, thank you so much for watching. Thank you so much for your support. If you want to tune into more myself, bam. I am going to be live on my own personal channel over on Twitch_light_VIP. I do stream throughout the week, and I should be streaming tomorrow before ESL Masters. I should be live tomorrow. So yeah, going to be a lot of good fun. Otherwise, thank you for watching. We're going to be going on a short break. When we return, we will have some more StarCraft. See you soon. Ta. Oh, we'll play some duct tapes. Yeah.